According to a source familiar with the Boda Boda business in Kampala, by 2013, there were 300,000 Boda Boda or passenger motorcycle riders in the city. Data from Kampala Capital City Authority indicates that 120,000 registered Boda Boda riders operate in the city. But in 2013, a comprehensive exercise by KCCA to register all Boda Boda cyclists was reportedly failed by the Boda Boda 2010 group and wrangles in the industry. This group closely worked with police until last week, when military intelligence launched a crackdown, arresting tens, including their patron Abdallah Kitatta, over murder and other crimes. So it's not clear how many Boda Boda riders are in Kampala. Across Uganda, hundreds of thousands youth ride Boda Bodas for a living, providing livelihood to thousands of families. But even when the Boda Boda has become a key source of employment for the youth who would otherwise be jobless, Boda Bodas are also used by wrong elements in executing criminal acts like robberies and assassinations. Indeed, some prominent people like former police spokesperson Andrew Felix Kawesi and Sheikhs Abdallah Moya and Mustafa Baiga were killed by assailants riding on Boda Boda. An expert and lecturer in urban planning, Professor Nington Sengendo, argues that failure by the authorities to register and regulate Boda Bodas is responsible for the mess and criminality in the trade.
There was no planning for it. So it is something which has come in and has expanded by surprise.
He calls for urgent screening, training and registration of all Boda Boda riders in Kampala and other parts of the country.
Therefore, they should go for training so that they know the rules that govern traffic, because they are part of traffic.
Professor Singh urges Kampala Capital City Authority to create proper Boda Boda stages and Boda Boda lanes to ensure organization in the city.
Here in Kampala, unlike in Kigali, you find the Boda Boda everywhere. In Kigali, Boda Boda is confined to certain places.
But a governance expert, Donald Rukare, argues that the registration is not enough. He calls for frequent monitoring of the sector for proper management.
But also monitoring is very critical. I sometimes look at, if you go to our streets and see, the police seem to suggest that on the road users, Boda Bodas are exempt from any form of regulation. The lights are red, Boda Bodas are passing.
And as long as the Boda Boda riders are used as a tool of political mobilization, especially by the ruling party, Lukale argues that keeping them in check will be a tall order.
So there's a certain level of impunity. And even when you have a problem occasioned by them, you'll see that tyranny of numbers. They swarm around you and you'll be the one presumed to be guilty.
Across the border in Rwanda, motorcycle taxi riders are registered and regulated in the capital Kigali. They are better organized. This was achieved through a combined effort of all stakeholders. According to Kampala Road Mayor Elias Lukwago, unless security organs desist from using the riders as part of their intelligence gathering network, the Boda Boda business will not be streamlined.
Because there are several factions, and according to Machala Betty Kamya here, to Madame Betty Kamya here, according to her, each faction has got a godfather, either in the name of IGP, Coordinator Operation Welfare Creation, or the Minister for Security. These are all godfathers who have come up with different factions within the Boda Boda industry. And this is a fact.
Registration regularizing of Boda Bodas is now being led by the IGP, Uganda Police, and Uganda Police.
Yes. This came up as a presidential directive on security issues after the murder of several people in the city. So the president directed.
Some legislators believe that for sanity to prevail in the Boda Boda sector, their leadership should be democratically elected, and that using the group for political mobilization would be counterproductive.
For the Boda industry, you need to democratize it, give it true, authentic leadership that comes from stage to stage. Once to join that business, should go through a process, through registering, so that everybody who is in that business is known by government, so that they can easily be managed.
There is also the argument that since there were no proper planning at the beginning as Boda Bodas came up, everyone jumped in with different interests, and harmonizing these will call for a complete overhaul of the Boda Boda business, especially in Uganda's capital Kampala, which is Uganda's economic engine, and other parts of Uganda. Ivan Chimulichigozi, NTV Weekend Edition.